Hello folks, Lone Adventurer here. Thank you very much for stumbling your way upon my channel and joining me for another adventure. Today I'm going to be taking a little look at Alien Sanctuary, which is the latest game from Toby Lancaster at DR Games. Toby is the mastermind behind 2D6 Dungeon, which you will be familiar with if you have been watching my channel for any length of time. I will pop a link in the description down below to a playthrough of 2D6 Dungeon. Now, Alien Sanctuary is a game that Toby has got on crowdfunding at the moment over on Kickstarter. There'll be a link down in the description to the Kickstarter page. I will leave that in place while the Kickstarter is running and probably a little bit longer after that. It's only running for the next few days, so I would urge you to check it out quickly if it is a game you are interested in. But it would be worth checking out after that as well, because Toby is quite good at placing pre-order links on his Kickstarter pages, and you can quite easily get sent through to his website and pre-order the game, or more than likely be able to get the PDF as well, because this is a game that comes with a realistic amount of components for a print and play player. The rulebook is very slight. I quite easily printed this out myself. You do need a bunch of alien cards. I've only printed out a few of these, but it would be a doable job if you wanted to print out all the stuff that you needed for this game. Now, this is not the sort of game that I would ordinarily cover on the channel. I am generally open to diversifying the games that I cover. I don't want to be completely restricted to adventurous games that emphasise exploration and discovery, because in reality I don't just play games like that. I have a whole wall of games over here to my right, and it includes Euro games and roll and writes and all sorts of games. Maybe I'll show it to you one day. But Alien Sanctuary is not the sort of game I would ordinarily cover. So why am I covering it today? Well, a couple of reasons really. First of all, most of all, I like the idea of it. It is a type of game that I don't think I have played before in a solo tabletop format. I think it looks super intriguing, and it provides an experience that I haven't come across before in this realm. Second of all, I am keen to put a spotlight on the work of Toby Lancaster. Now, Toby is a great game designer. He is someone who is building a little cottage industry of sorts. He designs the games himself. I believe he does most of the layout stuff. I might be wrong about that. He arranges the Kickstarter. He does all of the marketing himself. I believe his wife helps with some of the financial stuff. His children help with the packaging of the games. He sends them all out himself. And while we're on the subject of packaging, I received my 2D6 Realm and 2D6 Layers Omnibus books in the post earlier this week, and the packaging for those games is just exceptional. Just really thoughtful packaging, cardboard outer, then a plastic bag within that, then wrapped in bubble wrap with some little packaging noodles in there as well to make sure nothing gets bent out of shape. And that really is indicative of the care and thought that Toby puts into all of his games, all of his crowdfunding activities. And he's just a designer that I think is worth checking out and is worth supporting on the channel. Okay, so let's get to what is Alien Sanctuary. Alien Sanctuary is essentially I'm going to struggle to name the actual genre here, but like a simulation game. It puts me to mind of games that I suspect probably inspired Toby when he was putting it together. Video games of my youth, things like Theme Park and Theme Hospital, where you are taking a self-contained enterprise. You are managing the incomings and outgoings. You're deciding what to build, what the best way forward is for that enterprise, and hopefully turning it into a successful endeavour. But Alien Sanctuary is not about a hospital or a theme park. It is about an alien sanctuary, hence the name of the game. You are part of a futuristic human civilization, and this futuristic human civilization has developed jump gate technology, and we have found a way to travel to a distant star system called Eridanus. And in this star system there are a number of planets, a couple of moons, and on these planets there just so happens to be a whole range of crazy, wonderful, magical species, none of which are sentient. So really what you've got like is a gigantic nature park, but humans being humans, the wider human society has seen this jump gate technology and this new star system as an opportunity to expand human development, as you would imagine. You know, mine for resources, develop outposts, do various bits and pieces. But of course this is going to impact the alien species that are already there. So as humans have seen the impact that this expansion is having on the alien species, the Galactic Responsibility Treaty is put into place to ensure the animals are looked after, and you are someone who is setting up an alien sanctuary where you will look after species that have been injured as a consequence of this human colonization, and you're going to house these species in your sanctuary and develop the sanctuary in such a way that you can successfully ensure that these species are cared for and returned to the wild. And that's the aim of the game, really. You have a little tracker on your sheet. In fact, let me just show it to you. We have a little tracker here with an aliens returned section and an aliens lost, and you set a target for the game. So you might say the win objective for my game is going to be 5 aliens returned. So I guess you would maybe cross out the boxes for the ones that you are not hoping to return, or to delineate the fact that you're going for 5. And then you would have a lose condition, and you could set that to 5 as well. Or if you want to make it really tough, you could set it to 4 or 3 or 2 or however much you want. And that's the aim of the game, really. So full disclosure, I have not yet played the game. I have watched Toby play the game a little bit over on his channel, but I haven't played the game. However, it is a largely mechanical game. I've got a little crib sheet here, and you have to go through 3 phases, and each phase has between 1 and 9 steps in it, and it's all very rigorously detailed, and you do everything in a very particular way. So I think that I will be able to play through a couple of rounds for you here today, having not played it before. Now that might mean that I play it in a less logical way, in a way that doesn't result in a success, or doesn't result in a situation that looks like it's going to lead to success, but I think we will be fine. So I'm just going to move that off for 1 minute, because our first go around we are going to flick through the rulebook as we go, and I don't think I'm going to talk about it anymore. I think we're just going to sort of get on with it, really. So let's have a look here. Setup. We've printed out the Sanctuary Operations sheets. There are 3 little sheets on which we will be recording the details of our sanctuary. We've got sections for infrastructure, improvements, skills. Then this here is mainly for tracking XP, your expenses and your income sources, and a couple of other bits and pieces. And then here we've got a biodome sheet. And what will we need? Pencil, eraser, 6, 8, 10 and 12 sided dice. Well, I've got all those just off screen. It recommends laminating things potentially, then using dry white pens because you have to rub out a lot. I think you can probably, if you're like me and you tend to, not play a game to death, as it were, you can probably get away with just using pencil if you want to go print and play. But I believe there are some sort of laminated style cards in the Kickstarter campaign. You've got to bear in mind that even the aliens you're recording things on. So your infrastructure starts at 90% health. So that is there. So we're going to put a tick at 90% health. No penalty for 90% health. If we drop down to 70, all of a sudden we start to get some problems. You start with one skill. So where is the skill table? Here is the skill table. We have got a range of options. I'm not sure what I'm going to go for. Probably not drone mechanic. I'm sure it's helpful, but I'm not familiar enough with the concept of the drones yet to know how helpful. Do you know what? I think I might go for the negotiator, because that looks to me like something we will end up using in this playthrough, even though it's not going to be that long. And being a negotiator means that you get +1 to funding rolls. I think that sounds quite helpful. Alright, with that done, we'll turn back to our setup stuff. You start with 5 XP. So we'll pop 5 XP here. 5,000 credits, so we can start our expenses stream at 5,000. And then we're going to draw the top alien profile from the alien profile deck and place it next to our sheets. So it says that you can either select them randomly, or if you want an easier mode, organise them by stress factor. The lower stress factor aliens are drawn first. Now I have not printed out all the aliens. I've printed out 6 of the aliens. I am going to shuffle them up a little bit. So we might end up with a brutal one. We might end up with a lovely one. In fact, I'm going to look away because I can see the shape of the alien through the sheet. And I already am familiar with a couple of them from Toby's playthroughs. Okay, I've done that. And what have we got? We have got one from Toby's playthrough, but I'm going to stick with it. We have got a Mulcalar, which is from the planet Dunub. Enjoys an atmosphere of hydrogen. And we've got some stats about it, almost like a top trump card. A special detail, and then the various things that you have to track about an alien. We need to establish the alien's mood and health. Roll a d6 to discover the percentage. See table below. So the mood and the health are the main things that you are tracking. You can increase their mood for various beneficial reasons, but you're looking to increase their health most importantly, because when you get them to 100% health, they're ready to return home and they can leave your sanctuary. It's also worth noting at this point that this is a game where no animals are harmed. If your creature gets down to 10% health, they do not die. They are flown to the medical centre, and that is considered to be a failure for your alien sanctuary. Here we go. So we're going to roll for mood first. 5. So that gives us 50%. That is good. And then we're going to roll for health. And it's the same. That's pretty good. Now, presumably, if we had rolled at 30%, we would have incurred this negative effect, which seems quite scary. Your alien does not like being in captivity, so we have a way of tracking captivity points. And had we have got 30% on the mood, we would have done +4 captivity points. And if we'd have got 30% on the health, it would have turned out that this particular Mulcalar is violent, and we would have got -20% to drone health, because I guess it's attacking the drone, or has attacked the drone. But we'll get to drones in a minute. We need to write the alien on line 1 of the biodome status tracker, Mulcalar, and tick the 100% box. Oh, okay, so I suppose each alien has to go in a separate biodome. So these are all individual biodomes, I think. Okay. Ranger drones are assigned to one biodome and cannot be moved. I see. The Ranger drone number 1 goes with the biodome number 1. Write 100% on the number 1 Ranger drone on SO1 sheet. Okie dokie. And like I said, we've got to decide our goals. We are going to play to 4 on each. So we're aiming to return 4 aliens to the wild, and we'll lose if we fail 4 aliens. And then we're going to go through our first round of play. So we've got 3 phases that we need to go through. Phase 1 is construction and repairs. First thing we need to do is optionally build sanctuary improvements. So do we want to spend some of our money on improvements? Now these range from 400 credit cost up to 2,600 credit cost. I think it would be quite bold to go in straight with a glass tunnel, but I suppose we could. Remember that we start with 5,000 credits. I think I'm going to be quite modest. I could build a shop. That would just give us an automatic income of 200 credits per turn. The viewing platform is pretty sweet though. That's total of your appeal, which is a value that you'll have based upon your aliens. My appeal for my Mulcalar is visual 4. Not entirely sure how that works yet, but we will find out, no doubt. Yeah, the viewing platform is appeal total times 50 credits per turn. That sounds like it could be a really good little earner. But I'm going to go for the sanctuary shop because that would be easier to think about. So I'm going to pop that in my improvements. So I'm going to write that there. It costs 1,000 credits, so I'm going to take my expense stream down to 4,000. Then we're going to write the new income source because the sanctuary shop is giving us 200 credits per turn. So we'll write shop 200, and then our total income goes down the bottom, so we'll put 200 there. Good. Fix infrastructure. Well, we don't have any damaged infrastructure yet. Address infrastructure modifiers. Well, we don't have any yet. These are the infrastructure modifiers here, and we're not on those. So where we are, there's no penalty. Fix ranger drones, we don't need to. Fix biodomes, we don't need to. Building biodome improvements. There are a range of biodome improvements that can be built. You can build 1 per biodome per turn. Now maybe we do want to do this because we don't want to miss an opportunity to make a biodome improvement. Oh, they're quite expensive though. I'm just looking at this new activity which gives plus 10% alien health. And that would cost 1,500 credits, which I guess we could afford, I think. Do you know what? I think I might hold off on that. I'm going to hold off on the improvement. Upgrade ranger drones. Okay. You can upgrade your ranger drones each once per turn so that they can do a better job when looking after particular types of alien. Now these look more affordable. Maybe I should be doing a ranger drone upgrade. The cost of these look very well balanced with the actual outcome, so they definitely pay off, but not in like a crazy advantageous kind of way. But I'm going to upgrade. I am going to do the specialist habitat upgrade, which means my ranger drone is now a specialist in this particular habitat, which is water for the Mulcalar. This is going to cost me 500 credits. I'm now wondering whether I should have really spent the money on something that generates credits rather than saves me credits. I don't know. But we're going to stick with this because I've said it now. So every time we do alien upkeep, it's going to cost us 100 credits less as a result of this. So I guess I write the code SHU here. But that's not really going to help me remember to do that, is it? See, I'm going to forget about that. I'm not sure what to do. Maybe if I write on the ranger drone section, minus 100C upkeep. I don't know, that might help me. We'll see. I think I'll have to see how that goes, but that's going to take us down to 3,500. Phase 2, tend to the aliens. So 2.1, tend to the alien. You're doing your rounds and arrive at the biodome and give some quality time to the alien. You can increase its mood or health by 10%. If ever an alien's health reaches 10%, it is flown to the IFH Medical Centre. Obviously, you've got to get your aliens back up to maximum health. Improving mood, if you get the mood up to 90%, then you no longer do a stress roll, which is probably beneficial, isn't it? But maybe I should just improve the health. So we've taken the health up to 60%. However, at 60% we do get a penalty. Water recycling requires us to spend 200 credits. So there's a downside there, but maybe you've got to take the rough with the smooth. You've got to take some negative stuff in order to improve the health of your alien. Buy alien care. There is a range of alien care that can be purchased to improve the life of the alien. The cost depends on the alien. You can apply one of each type of care package during the game, and they improve the alien's mood or health. You can only buy one per alien per turn. Ooh, so these are expensive. They start at 900 credits. I'm not sure I'm ready to do that yet. I'm not sure how much money I'm going to be making. I think I'm going to skip that. Attend to the special aspect of the alien. Molecular give off a toxic chemical that helps keep the water cold, but it causes damage to the biodome. When the alien is at 40% mood or lower, pay cleaning costs. Well, we're not at 40% or lower, so that's good. Make a stress roll for the alien. Okay, so this is important. This is a central part of the game by the looks of things. So we're going to roll a 10-sided dice. If the roll is over the alien's stress factor stat, then everything is okay. No event occurs. We can add on experience points to the number rolled to get us to that point. 1 is an automatic fail, and if we fail, we'd have to roll on an event table and something bad might happen. So our stress factor is okay. I'm guessing this makes it a difficult alien. I'm looking at some other ones now. Oh yeah, okay, he's got stress factor 8. That one's 7. This one's 5. This one's 9 as well. Okay, so we got to roll 9. Oh, it's not even equal or at, it's got to be over. So we've got to roll over 9 in order to not have an event. 7. So I'd have to spend 3 of my XP to get all the way up to 10. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to see what happens. So what do we do? D6 on the event type table. I see. And then D12 on the resulting event table. Okay, so we've got an event type table here. We are going to have an appeal event. That's probably bad. We want our alien to remain appealing. Then we're going to turn to the appeal table, roll D12. 7. The alien really takes to the ranger drone, but it is a bit careless with its affection. -20 ranger drone health and -10 biodome status. The event draws attention to your sanctuary and a survey team arrive. Roll on Planet Survey Team table on page 37. Oh my goodness, this is all a bit dramatic, isn't it? Right, so -20 Ranger Drone health. So that's going to take our Ranger Drone down to 80%. What was the other one? 10% Biodome status. So our Biodome status is dropping to 90%. This feels like a pretty bad start. Maybe this is just the way it goes when you're running an alien sanctuary. And then we're going to roll on the Planet Survey Team table on page 37. Oh, that's right here. So we're going to roll D8. 2. Dunub team. The survey team are back from Dunub and have spent some time there. If you have an alien from Dunub, then they want to examine it and will pay the upkeep this turn to do so. Our Mulcalar is from Dunub, So that is a bit of luck. This survey team has turned up and they like the look of our Mulcalar and will pay our upkeep. So a bit of luck at the end there. So that is our stress roll done. Check Ranger Drone status. Okay, if our Ranger Drone was at lower health, this would be a problem. But our Ranger Drone, although it's taken a bit of a bashing because our Mulcalar took a liking to it, is still in operation. Phase 3 is the business side of things. So we're going to start with alien funding. You can apply for funding for each alien. Every alien in your sanctuary can have some form of funding, sponsorship or financial backing. The appeal stat is used to gauge how much funding the alien will receive. Roll a d10 for the alien and add its appeal number. So our Mulcalar's appeal number is 4. If we get 10 or over, then we get some funding. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is not 10 or more, so no funding for our Mulcalar. That sucks. Okay, so it's different funding based upon your appeal type, but that doesn't matter because we're not getting any. Roll for visitor figures income. Visitor numbers are important when running a business and provide a vital income stream to help maintain the health and well-being of the aliens. You will check each week to see how many people come to the sanctuary. Make the visitor figures roll by rolling a d10 and add on the combined appeal status of all the aliens. Alright, let's do that then. 6, a bit better. So 10 in total with our Mulcalar's appeal status. Appeal value, rather. Okay, we can boost that by putting on a show, but maybe we don't on this occasion. You can only do them 4 times. Multiply your visitor figures by 100 and add this to your expenses stream. So we've just earned ourselves 1,000 credits from visitors. Better than nothing, I suppose. Then you calculate and receive income from sanctuary improvements. So we have got 200 from our shop. Then return aliens to their home planets if you can. Well, we can't. Then you have to pay upkeep. Pay the upkeep stat for the aliens you have in the sanctuary, and 1,000 credits for each working Ranger drone. Ooh, what's the upkeep on the Mulcalar? 800 credits. Brutal. Plus 200. Oh, plus 100 for my drone, so 900, which is going to take me back down to 3,600. I felt like I was doing alright then for a while. Maybe I am doing alright. Who knows? Not me. Check for XP awards. Experience points is the currency used to buy skills and adjust event rolls. Right, so you get experience points for various things. Reading down this list, the only thing I'm going to get experience points for is that my infrastructure is at 90% or higher, because that hasn't changed since the start of the game, I don't think. So that's going to get me 2 experience points, taking me up to 7. So that's all right. We can convert XP into credits if we want. So if we get desperate, we can start to rinse our XP for credits. We could buy a skill. We can intake 1 more alien if we have space. I think we're going to do that. We will get a new alien before we start the next round. Before we have an intake of an additional alien, I've just realised what you probably already had realised. I'll probably have thrown a note up on the screen that I didn't have to pay for upkeep because of those guys who came and wanted to check out my alien, whatever it was. They were paying my upkeep for me and I don't have to do that. So I've actually got a bit more money than I thought I did, which is good news. But now we're going to take in another alien. You can have up to 6 aliens in your sanctuary. If you have space, then you must take another alien. So you've got to keep on going. Are we going to have another random alien? I'll have another random alien. That might mean we end up with something else sort of terrifying or, difficult to rehabilitate. Doing this at random. And what have we got? An Aspercallus. Some kind of little spiny dude from the desert. So what do we have to do? We have to note it down in one of the biodomes. Then we need to set the associated ranger drone to 100%. I think that's it. We've got our new alien. So we are now a 2-alien sanctuary. Our little family is growing. Right, now I'm going to bring in the little crib sheet that comes with the game. Pop that there. So phase 1, construction and repairs for the whole sanctuary. Build sanctuary improvements. Do we want to build an improvement? I'd say we probably do. How much money have I got again? 4,500. So sanctuary improvements seem to be generally focused on improving income by and large. A few other bits. Well, maybe I'll just put in better displays. Should I put in better displays? Because you can only do a limited number. So you only have 6 slots available for sanctuary improvements, and there's 8 possible improvements, at least in this list. Yeah, I don't know. I'm being indecisive, so I think I'm going to skip it. Fix infrastructure. 500 credits to fix 10% of the infrastructure. Now, my infrastructure is at 90%, so that is fine. Addressed infrastructure modifiers. We don't have any. Fix ranger drones. Now, our ranger drone, one of our ranger drones is currently at 80%. Do I need to fix that yet? Maybe I can hold off on fixing the ranger drone unless it takes some more damage. Biodomes. Do we have any biodome damage? I think we did, didn't we? Yep, so hang on, I should have set that new one to 100. And our Mulcalar biodome is at 90%. So I can fix that for 200 credits. That seems like a no-brainer. So we'll take that back up to 100%. And that's going to take me down to 4,300 credits. We can build... Oh, we can do Ranger Drone upgrades. Maybe I'll just match the other one. So we will add the Specialist Habitat upgrade to the second biodome. Oh, you've got to select a specific type of habitat. Now, I was thinking, oh, well, obviously it's water because there's a water alien in there. But I suppose if that alien then leaves and we put another alien in there, it might not be a water alien. So I'll write water for that one and desert for this one, since our new alien is a desert alien. That's going to cost me 500 credits. Taking me down to 3,000. Oops. 3,800. And I'll make a note of the upkeep difference there, which obviously I'd also forgotten about. Brill. Building biodome improvements. Oh, I did it the wrong way around, but I'm gonna allow myself biodome improvements because I just forgot about it. Ordinarily, you've got to do things in the right order. Maybe we should carry on. Did I do this last time? I can't remember. How many biodome improvements can you have? Okay, they can be repeated. So even if I didn't, which I don't think I did actually, shall we do the new activity for the Mulcalar? That will, that's going to cost me a lot because it's also going to result in this water recycling. But I feel like I want to get one of my aliens a bit closer to full health. So this is going to cost me almost all my money. It might be a bad idea, but I'm going to do the new activity. Plus 10% to alien health, taking the Mulcalar up to 70% health. And that's going to cost me 1,500 plus 400 credits because I'm going to have to do some water recycling. So it's going to cost me 1,900, which is going to take me down to 1,900, I think. Okay, so that has taken us down quite a bit, but it's got that Mulcalar up to the point where it's all plain sailing as long as I keep it healthy. If I get it up to 90% health, it starts glowing and gives a +2 visual appeal, which would be nice. Ranger drone upgrades, we've done that. We'll go to the next phase. Tend to the aliens. Tend to aliens. Increase mood or health by 10%. Is that every alien? Right, all phase 2 steps in one biodome at a time. So we run through the whole thing per biodome. First of all, we tend to the aliens. So we're visiting the Mulcalar first. And I think we're going to raise the health again to get the health up to 80%. So that's good. Even if the health drops down 10%, we don't have to do that water recycling again. By alien care, I don't think I'm going to be doing the alien care because it's quite expensive. Yeah, we're going to skip that. Attend to the special need of the alien. Well, we don't need to do that because that only kicks in when the alien has 40% or lower mood. Make a stress roll for the alien. This is the rough bit. So we roll D10 and we're trying to get more than 9. 6. So I'd have to spend 4 XP. Now, do you know what? I think I'm going to do it because I don't fancy another event. I'm going to spend 4 XP, taking me down to 3 XP. And that means we don't have to roll on the tables. Check captivity points. Ah, did we skip this accidentally last time? 2.5. Oh, it's right down here. That's why I missed it. All aliens gain 1 captivity point per turn. Add them now. So really that means add it now because we're only doing 1 at a time. So I should have given it a captivity point last turn. We're going to give it another captivity point this turn. No modifiers yet. So we're not doing these event rolls. Check Ranger Drone status. Check the correlating Ranger Drone status. How does one check Ranger Drone status? Oh, it's the percentage that it's at. So our Ranger Drone is at 80%. So that is fine. That is our Mulcalar done. Then we are switching over to the newbie, the Aspercalis. Tend to its needs. Oh, I didn't do the initial values, did I? So we need to do the initial values of the alien based on this little table here. Just wondering, have I got that on the back? No, I haven't, because there's a couple. I need to remember there's a couple of reference tables on the back here of my crib sheet. But it hasn't got this one on. So we're going to roll D6 to see where its mood is at. 3 gives us 40%. And then we're going to do the same for the health. 5 gives us 50%. That's good. Then we can attend to the alien. So what do we want to do? Do we want to raise its health or its mood? If we raise its health, it damages its biodome. Because it fires its spines around and hits the biodome. But in reality, I think I am going to just do that because you gotta get your aliens healthy. And sometimes they might damage their biodome. So that, and then we need to reduce its biodome by 10%. There we go. And then we could buy a care package. But our money is, well, it's not crazy low. Let's have a look. Now, look here. I mean, this is expensive, but if we spend 1,200 credits, we can do a 20% mood boost, which means that we would earn an extra 600 credits. Sorry, 800. So in actual fact, it only cost us 400. Should we do that? Let's do that. So I'm going to use that alien care package. It's going to cost me 800 credits. Nope, that's the wrong one. I've ticked the wrong one, haven't I? That confused me for a moment. Yeah, this one here, new treatment. 1,200 credits. And it's going to allow us to raise the mood of the alien. 1, 2. Oh, no, that's the 70%. Oh, well, I've started. Have I started now? I guess I have. So that's going to cost me 1,200 credits. That might not be a good idea. That might not be a good idea. Because that's going to take me down to a measly 700 credits. But let's just see what happens, shall we? Attend to the special need, right? So we haven't read the special need of this alien yet. Let's check it out. Aspergillus lives in harsh, hot plains and have adapted defensive spines. It fires when threatened. When its mood is 40% or lower, it does the Ranger drone 10% damage. Well, it's not, so that is fine. Then we need to do the stress roll for the alien. And the stress factor for the Aspergillus is slightly lower. It has a stress factor of 7. So we've got I mean, this still feels quite unlikely, but, you know, who knows? 10. Fabulous. So we do not need to roll on the event tables. That's good news. Then add a captivity point. Check Ranger drone status. Well, we know that's okay, so we're going to go to phase 3. Alien funding. So we're going to roll a d10 for each alien. Okay, each alien. Roll a d10 for the alien and add its appeal number, if the number is 10 or more. Okay, let's hope for some luck here. So one alien at a time, starting with the Mulcalar. Appeal, what are we adding on? Appeal of 4. Here we go. 4, 8. That's a shame. So we're not getting any funding. That really sucks. 9. 10, 11, 12, 13. So that is more than 10. Means we get some funding. Fantastic. Good that we were able to show this in the video. Now let's see how this works. So it is ability appeal. Aliens with visual ability and curiosity appeal. Sponsorship is secured for these aliens. Sponsors pay 50 times the appeal number. So 50 times 4. Subtract 1 for those with placid or aggressive natures. Nope. This funding will last for D6 plus 2 turns. I see. So we are getting 50 times 4, so 200. And it's going to last for D6 plus 2 turns. 5, it's going to last for 7 turns. That's pretty big. Note next to the source of funding how long it lasts. So I guess we're going to put that in income sources here. So that's 200. I'm writing quite small here, I apologise. 200. And then I'm going to write 7 turns. Actually, long-term viewers of the channel will know I quite like little boxes. So I'm going to draw a little funding tracker with 7 slots, and I'll cross one off each turn and then remove it when that's done. So I can increase my total income to 400 for the next 7 turns. Then we're going to roll for visitors figures. Make a visitor roll by rolling a d10, adding the combined appeal stats of the aliens in the sanctuary, and then multiply that by 100. 1, that's pretty low, but we're adding on 8 now because we've got the 2 aliens, so 9, so that's 900 we're getting for that, taking me up to 1600. Calculate and receive income from sanctuary improvements and funding. Look at your total income and add it to your expenses stream. So that's another 400, taking me up to 2000. Cross off one of those there on the funding tracker that we added. Then return aliens home if possible. We can't do that. Then pay Ranger Drone and Alien upkeep. And this is going to hit me hard, I think. I really could have done with more money coming in. I think I'm going to have much money in the next round at all. So Alien upkeep is going to cost us 500 for the Aspergillus and 800 for the Mulcalar. That is 1300 plus 100 per drone, 13, 14, 1500. Oh wow, that's taking me down to 500 credits. I think possibly I was a bit too trigger happy with the spending, and that's left me in a bit of a ropey situation, unless I've forgotten something. I don't think I have. Or I could have done with some more funding. Check for XP awards. Plus 1 point for each Ranger drone at 100% health. We've got one of those. And plus 1 point for each... Oh, when you're infrastructure... Oh, maybe I should have got more XP in the last go. I think I probably should have got more XP in the last round. But our infrastructure is at 90% or higher, so we're getting 2 for that. We have 1 for a ranger drone that's at 100% health. One of them got hit, if you remember. Or did they both get hit? No, just the one. So that's 3, plus 1 for each biodome at 100% status. And that's 1 as well. So I think we're getting a total of 4 XP. I'll disregard any I should have got in the last round that I didn't include. Just put that down to good experience. We're not going to buy a skill, and we do need to intake 1 more alien. But I think I'm going to stop there, folks. I think that gives you a good idea of how Alien Sanctuary works. You know, once you get into it, it's very satisfying, actually, if this is the sort of thing that appeals to you, and it's clearly the sort of thing that appeals to me. I find myself wanting to carry on, but I think I'm going to have to carry on off camera and hopefully make a success of my first Alien Sanctuary. If you've made it this far, let me know in the comments below if this is the kind of game you like. Have you backed it already? If it's something you're interested in, I would urge you to check out the Kickstarter below. It'll be a digital tier and a physical tier or 2, no doubt, and support an excellent independent game designer, Toby Lancaster, and get yourself a fun little game in Alien Sanctuary. Thank you very much for watching, folks. See you in the next one. Bye for now.